I really enjoy, I draw inspiration from men I'm not like.
Mm-hmm.
You, David Goggins, Cam Haines,
Mm-hmm. Andrew Huberman, we're talking about.
Huberman, I love, fucking, I mean, there's so many guys like that. Rogan, you know, you do Tim Kennedy. Like, there are a lot of guys that are like just very different men than me. And I love Jocko Willink.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love reading their stuff or listening to their audiobooks or listening to their podcasts because I'm so not like that.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, when I add a little bit of that in my life, like I remember you I don't know what you were doing, but you were walking us through your day.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so fascinating. It was like I ran 8 miles today. I listened to an audiobook while I was running 8 miles, and then I came and I worked for about 3 hours straight on AI stuff. And I was like, wait, you sat at a desk?
Mm-hmm.
Like you like sat at a desk and I actually, I wouldn't even know what to do. I would start doing crafts. Like I wouldn't that you went, I was like, is your computer like,
Yeah. Have you sat for like 4 hours focused on a single task?
me?
Yeah.
No. No, oh, I have a hard time sleeping for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Like I don't have that. I don't have a brain that like I really admired it when I listened to you do it because then you were like you were fasting at the time. You were doing your fast, and then you talk about what you ate,
Mm-hmm.
and I was jealous. I wanted to be able to be like that, and I think at that time we started. I think you were doing maybe bone broth or something,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and we started doing bone broth pretty religiously and adding that into a fast because I was like. It does for someone like me. It does feel cool to add a little bit of control into life,
Mm-hmm.
my life.
So integrating a little bit of a way of being from another person that you're not like.
Yeah, so David Goggins is consistently pushing himself. I did it over the pandemic more, but I loved going, today I'm running a marathon. I'm going to get on the treadmill, and it's not going to be all at once, but I'm going to get through a marathon today. So let's get up 6, have some coffee, and let's see if we can do like 5 miles, and then know that we started there. And that was really fun to like, Cam Haines does that too, where he goes like, he almost just sets the limit and then achieves that. His son Truitt is really fascinating because his son Truitt's right now is trying to get and like I bet people would never think that this is who I watch, but I get real inspiration from those people because I showed a clip to Jocko to Isla because Isla's like me, like a person of her fluids,
Mm-hmm.
impulse. I walked in on her one time. She was in the pantry in a bathrobe in the dark drinking a root beer.
Yeah.
And I opened the door and she went, I said, what? She goes, I thought you were mom. Shut the door. And I shut the door to let her finish the root beer.
Yeah.
She has a hard time waking up. So I go, Isla, come in here. I want you to see this clip from Jocko. She goes, who's Jocko? I said, he's a Navy SEAL. She goes, he works at the zoo? I went, no. I go, he's a Navy fucking SEAL. I go, it's a badass job. She goes, it's a silly name. And I went, no, it's not. It isn't a silly name. These guys are the toughest dudes in the world.
Mm-hmm.
She goes,
she's kind of right though about the silly name. I never even realized that.
Well, yeah, you talk to a child.
Yeah.
And so I go, watch this what he says about waking up. So it hits the thing and Jocko goes, first thing you do when you hear that alarm clock, you could roll over, you could go back to bed, you could hit snooze, but you get out of bed. And that's your first victory. And Isla hits pause and she goes, how great is that nap right after you hit snooze, though? And I went, it is pretty fucking awesome. I go, hang on.
It is great.
You're missing the point. You need to listen to this whole speech. He's with Casey Neistat when he's telling this speech. He's with Casey Neistat. Yeah. And so I hit it. And then he goes, and then you've got a victory under your belt. And then you go to the gym and you work out. And I go, you listen to this, Isla? And she goes, yeah. And he goes, and then when you go to work, now you've got 2 victories. You've worked out and you've woken up on time. You didn't hit that snooze button. So when you go into that break room and you see donuts, and she hits pause, she goes, if he's about to say no to donuts, I'm done listening. I go, he's definitely going to say no to donuts. Do you think he's going to have a donut? And she goes, you like this guy? I go, I fucking love him. And she goes, do you think he'd like you? And I go, what do you mean? She goes, Dad, you hit snooze, you skip working out, and you love donuts. And I'm like, yeah, you're making a good fucking point. I go, but I do love that. Like, I love to watch that brain work and go like I don't hit snooze. Like I don't hit snooze now. I go, fuck it, because I'm up. But and And then I go to the gym every single morning. And today is National Donut Day. I didn't have a donut. And so like I try to apply these a little bit because